Hello everyone, hello students. Really sorry for the delay. I have no excuses. I've been pretty occupied with my stuff, my own work, and due to which I was not able to record this demo sooner. So really appreciate your patience, and sorry for this delay again. So a little bit introduction about myself. My name is Najmus Saqib, and I've been associated with this field, offensive security, since the past 4 years, and I've been teaching along the same time as well. And initially I was teaching on my personal capacity, and later on I've been associated with the university as well as EC Council certifications that take place all over the country. So I work in an organization named Getronova. I have been also associated with HBL, Pakistan's largest corporate bank. So yeah, this was a short introduction, a brief introduction about myself. So let me go through the course outline that we'll be studying in this bootcamp. So this is a 16 to 18 session bootcamp that will be taking place over the next 2 months. Now I'll have around 90 to 120 minutes per session that I'll be conducting, and this session, the purpose of this bootcamp is to provide a holistic and in-depth overview of offensive security and red teaming as a whole. So what we'll be doing is I'll go through each and every component of offensive security, and I'll explain to you in depth why this is important in our field, and as well as why we have to learn proper pen testing. So first of all, I believe everyone would know what pen testing is. So it is all about finding vulnerabilities in a particular system, right? So all of you are graduates from some university, and I would find that later on when obviously in first 2 classes I'll take all of your introductions and your backgrounds briefly, obviously. Then I'll be able to better assess your capabilities and your understandings of where you are at this moment. So to cover this coursework holistically, so we'll be covering offensive security as a whole, and according to the course outline, it will start from web application security. As you know, websites were the first thing that came around when internet was initially launched. So obviously we'll have to perform its assessment for the first thing. Now people would wonder, the students would wonder as well, that why are we doing pen testing for the websites, and why not do it for the latest Web3 and whatnot, because as we all know that Web3 technology and crypto is spreading like wildfire these days. So the reason for that is websites have been around since 1980s, right? And then its exploits and 0 days are always hot in the market. If you would know, recently in the DEF CON, that is the largest cybersecurity event that takes place on this planet, there was a research paper represented by Post-Exploitation researcher that was named HTTP 1.1 must die. It was all about request smuggling. That is one of the attacks that takes place on web applications and on older TLS version, like 1.1, right? I'll teach you later on what that is. So what I'm talking about is the point I'm trying to explain is being website. As we know that web applications are not a part of not very much integral part of our society these days, because mobile applications have taken over. But still, web applications, and that too using older frameworks, they still carry humongous importance in our society these days. And using that attack vector, the researcher demonstrated bypasses of many of CDNs that exist in the market today. CDN, I'll explain later on. Obviously, this session is not about this demo session is not about explanations. So So just to emphasize on the importance of web application security, so this is what I'm trying to explain. So we'll start with this, and obviously we'll be covering OWASP top 10. And OWASP top 10, you would all know, is the methodology and framework that is followed worldwide for web application pen testing. So, and secondly, we'll proceed to Active Directory. So if you don't know already, Active Directory is Microsoft service, user management service. And I would doubt if Fortune 500 companies, like top 500 companies in the world, if any single one of them does not use Active Directory. Like, it is a top-notch solution and most preferable for internal company user management. And obviously, if a software is adopted to such an extent, you would guess how important that is, and the attackers that try to compromise its security. Therefore, it is a complex architecture. It is a very complex architecture, from protocols varying from SMB, LDAP to using Kerberos authentication, silver ticket, golden ticket. It's a whole other universe of features. So we'll be proceeding towards that in the next phase of our classes. And secondly, it is the most important part of any pen testing certification, offensive security certification that is around these days. So you would all know OSCP, you would all know CRTP, you would all know CPENT, and these are the ones that come at the top of my mind. ECPPT as well. All of these certifications, they contain a huge chunk of web application exploits along with Active Directory exploits. So it is important for not only real world exploits, but as well as to pass certifications, because obviously you need to equip your resume with some background, right? You need to give on some context to get to the interviews. Therefore, you will have to pass on some certifications. Yeah. So similarly, then we'll proceed on to cloud security. I cannot emphasize the importance of cloud these days, because every new startup, like you just you pull over any stone from any place all over this world, and you will find a startup that will be hosting that on cloud, right? Because no one wants to spend money on their architecture. No one wants to spend money on servers. It contains huge mishaps and vulnerabilities that will need to be addressed. The security controls, it is a very big hassle there, due to which the companies prefer to use cloud, which has a defined architecture and everything. Security is ensured, and you would be surprised. AWS, Amazon's web services, they contribute to around 1/3 of Amazon's revenue. Yeah, I think maybe even more than that. So you can imagine. Similar goes for Azure, Microsoft's cloud network. Now Google Cloud is taking a very big chunk of the cloud infrastructure that is around these days. Even in my company, SAP has been, we use SAP for our internal employee management and services management. That is a different story though. But we are moving its infrastructure from on-prem to cloud, and we are using Google Cloud. So you can guess how important cloud is these days. Similarly, moving on. So we'll be studying exploits. I'll be teaching you exploits for as a whole as well. That will be applicable to every cloud. For example, misconfigurations, common misconfigurations, and important secret tokens leakage, etc. And I'll be going in specific detail towards AWS as well, because it is the most popularly used cloud environment. It has the most certifications. If the class would want, I can also do it for Azure, but my personal preference would be AWS. Similarly, the final topic would be mobile applications. As I stated before, mobile applications have taken over the world by storm. Not by storm exactly, but over time, yeah, because all new latest developments are coming on mobile, and everyone has a mobile, obviously. So mobile application security is the utmost important component of application security. Therefore, we'll have to give it quite a huge chunk of time. But what the most important part is, mobile application security is way too different than web application. Yeah, so people would think that when we'll start with web application, just proxying and intercepting the traffic, and we would guess that all right, this is it, this is all testing is, and then we'll be injecting payloads. Mobile security, application security is a whole other universe. We have to perform reverse engineering, binary analysis, SSL binning bypass, and whatnot. This is a whole other universe. So we'll have to give quite a huge chunk of time, and you will have to give you will have to put in a lot of hard work to actually make it through this rigorous training. Similarly, proceeding on, I'll be handing over to you overall red team operations. I'll be teaching you how that framework works, how the importance of defensive security as well, because this is all offensive, but we have to provide remediation as well when we perform real world application assessments and overall offensive security assessments. We have to provide remediation plan as well. Without it, your assessment is it means nothing to a corporate. So we'll be studying some defensive security as well, and how and where to stop an attacker. So this is one of the most crucial part of the syllabus. Finally, we'll proceed on to the capstone projects. Obviously, I haven't decided yet, but I'll be giving you tasks to create some project, or I'll be like, for example, a scanner or of some sort, or I'll be asking you to perform assessments of some real world application. It's not that hard, honestly speaking. It's all about the time that you can allocate towards it, like for the assessment of it. Finally, I'll be performing your assessments, your interviews, your trainings through interviews, because obviously industry is cutthroat competition, and you will, if you want to make it, you will have to work hard for it. And I'll give you my all. Like, I won't spare any time. I won't let you through that easy. So you'll have to work really hard for it. You will have to earn your place in it. And most importantly, classes would be like 2 times a week. But the time that you give without classes, the time that you give on daily basis, that's what will truly nurture you, and what will truly shape you and your career in this field. So see you soon. So this was a bit of a brief demo that I thought I should provide, and so let's see what happens. Take care. Bye bye.